Likes that. I'll have to think on that. Yes, and now for something completely different, not to coin a phrase. I was sitting there listening, enjoying, and thinking, versatility. Versatility. This is church. Sunday morning, if you were with us, it's a little different. Sunday afternoon. Grooving on a Sunday afternoon in November when it's cold and windy and getting dark. And here it is warm and getting warmer and lovely, and we're enjoying it. I noticed a couple of churchy themes, though, in the songs. I can't help but analyze. Here you come again. Come on. Yeah. And this one's going to be going through my head for days, I think. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Now, confessionally, that would be, I'm no good, I'm no good, I'm no good, but forgiven and graced and set free. Anyway, and piano man, Jerry's our piano man, our pipe organ man, and anyway, rich time this afternoon. We are doing this for the fun of it, and I get to be here for the fun of it and to enjoy this. The music in this place is phenomenal and enriching and uplifting and inspiring and just fun, and I hope you're enjoying it. I do over and over again, and am changed by it as well. Another reason we're doing this series, I call it, this is sort of the drum I keep banging, is Arts for Justice, Arts for Change, Arts for the enrichment of the community, not just in terms of artistic enrichment, but in terms of making a difference. And today, this event is to highlight and draw your attention to a mission and ministry in our community in North Minneapolis that they approached us several years ago and asked if we would be interested in sort of partnering with them or working with them on what they're trying to do, Avenues for Homeless Youth. And they have a particular focus on LGBTQI youth who are without a place to live. And as you know, as we know, that particular area of ministry is well, it's much needed. There are so many young people who, sadly, because families don't understand them and their struggles and their so-called differences, they send them away. And we actually in Alexandria had one such young person living with us. Our son had a way of gathering young people of all kinds. And so I'm not asking for money. I just want you to be aware of Avenues for Homeless Youth. We'll have now a video where they're going to sort of tell a couple stories about how they came about and the work that they do. And we hope you are enriched by that and enjoy it and maybe are moved to join them. Let's have the video.
My parents put me out because they found out that I was gay. Me and my father had like a really big fight about my sexual preference, and they told me not to come back. I was couch hopping between like 3 homes, and then we ended up in basically a crack house, and some things were said and some physical things were done to the point where like I just was numb.
When young people walk through the door, you're always trying to kind of get a gauge for them. When she walked in, I could tell like, okay, she's gonna be tough.
When I actually met Bryce, it was more of a kind of like, oh no, like I do not want him as my case manager, actually.
Sometimes in this work, you just kind of get used to repeating the same couple lines, the same. Makeda definitely was not going for any of that.
Whenever I would lash out at him about something that was like really small or didn't have anything to do with him, he would be like, so what's really the problem?
She forced my boundary line to just be super genuine, super open, and fair.
And so that was kind of like how our rapport started, with like the give and take of energy.
That was one thing that she didn't get from, I would say, from her household, is just people that just wanted to be fair and listen to what Makeda was saying.
I'm giving you positive vibes, so that in return you should be giving me positive vibes.
It was just very clear that she was so focused, so driven.
And knowing that he wasn't just listening for me to vent, he was listening so that we could come up with a solution. And Bryce taught me a lot about closure, that sometimes you don't get the closure that you want, you get the closure that you need.
The situations that most teens are in that we've come across are just teens that are just having a hard time explaining what they want. All kids want to be successful, all kids want to be happy. The question is, and where the confusion always lies, is the route in which to get there. So ideally, when we're at our best within the work as a team, as a family, everybody's all hands on deck. The mental health team, they just do a great job of having us understand the person. We'll put it all into a real good perspective, put their journey into a perspective, put their diagnosis into a perspective. Not that it's a crutch, and we'll never feel sorry for. It's just a matter of how we address these young people. And the mental health team is like, they start that whole party of us really being intentional on how we connect and address young people. We have our education and career specialists. They're not just looking for the first entry-level position just because they're homeless and say that that's what they're worth. No, we're really talking, let's really dream. Let's really think about what do you want to do at the next step. And we really do mean that, like really dream, really go forward. You are worth it. That's really the ultimate goal. Make sure that this young person believes in themselves enough that they feel like they don't necessarily need to call anybody at the first moment's notice, and that they trust themselves in their own decision making.
I was very disrespectful when I came in, and that was more of a defense mechanism because I didn't trust anyone. And avenues kind of like went layer by layer and like took Band-Aids off and repatched surfaces. And when I saw the change in myself, for me, I had more of a clarification of I can be really good and positive for someone that's going through the same thing as me. Like, not only can I have that type of versatile feel of I've been where you are, but I can also be able to like help them like grow without being overbearing. No one ever like just wakes up one morning and is like, I want to be a homeless person. And I'm gonna go on a downward spiral till I have nothing left, till I have alienated myself and literally am at rock bottom. No one starts off life like that. So I just feel like for a dream would be that the world would be more compassionate towards others.
It's an honor to stand here before you and represent our young people. So since I am the lucky person to be able to do it, we want to thank you. From our young people to you, anything and everything that you could do to help gives our young people an opportunity to dream big. The world is theirs, and we're just here to help them go get it.